Ahoy and welcome to I Like Watches, a channel dedicated to the discovery and exploration of affordable wristwatches. I don't know what that's all about. I think I'm just scurrying around trying to find nice watches. Now, for those of you new here, my name's Gary. I like watches and you're watching this because you like watches too. And if you haven't been put off by all of this, stick around because I've got some good content coming up. And if you find yourself enjoying it, maybe consider tapping the subscribe button. Thanks. Now, I think I produce more than the average amount of content each month in this watch consuming, watch reviewing sphere that we're all in, but it still sometimes feels like it's not enough because there are so many good watches and watch brands out there that I never get round to featuring. Although on this occasion, finally, I have gotten around to getting my hands on a Vaer. I'm going to pronounce it Vaer. Everybody else seems to be saying Vaer. Not familiar with Vaer? Well, this is a pretty awesome US brand set up by a couple of surfing enthusiasts. And it's exploded, to be honest. It's probably one of the better known micro brands in this sphere that we're all in. And they've got a decent number of models in their portfolio. And for some reason, I've just never gotten round to featuring a Vaer on my channel. That is, of course, until now. They reached out to me a couple of months ago and invited me to review one of their watches. I had a look at their catalogue. I was familiar with some of their watches already because they have appeared on a number of YouTube channels. And I ended up settling on one of the cheapest watches. Why? Well, I think it would be too easy to pick one of the more expensive watches from a brand and then praise it. What I often like to do when I'm featuring a brand for the first time is pick one of their more affordable watches to see, well, what are you going to get at a more entry level if you want one of their watches? So I selected the Hong Kong assembled RS1. Why did I say Hong Kong assembled? Well, for some of their watches, they offer two versions, one that's assembled in the US and one that's assembled in Hong Kong. And obviously, you're going to pay more for the watch assembled in the US. In this instance, $190. And for me, well, I thought it was more important to feature the more affordable version. So yeah, I've gone for the $249 Hong Kong assembled RS1. And I gotta say, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm not sure if I'd ever want to pay the additional $190 to have this watch assembled in the US. I think that's the main difference. There may be a slight difference in terms of steel finishing and all that sort of stuff, but this watch, for $249 from a brand like this, well, I was surprised. I was surprised that you could pick this watch up for $249. And I like the way it looks. That's another reason why I picked this particular model. I love the TV style subdials, the colors, very, very nice. I like the case shape. It's a chronograph. It houses the Seiko VK63, which is a movement that I like. I know that movement gets a lot of stick because of the 24-hour subdial. 12, what am I talking about? 24-hour subdial at the 3 o'clock. But it is a Mecca-quartz movement, a Japanese movement, and it allows watches like this to look like this and still be priced like this. There are a few different versions, and actually they've got a lot of different watches. So if this isn't your cup of tea, again, I'll put a link in the video description to their website. It's not an affiliate link. It's just going to take you to their website, but don't go yet. Stick around for the rest of the video. I'm going to talk you through some of the, all of these specifications, show you the limb degrading at the end of the video, lots of macro shots, you know, the usual good stuff. And something else that is good, these watches come with two straps. You can pick a second strap. So they've sent me the watch on a silicone strap. It's not too silicone-y. If you're familiar with my channel, sometimes I grumble about silicone straps because they're quite sticky and they hold on to lint and they just sort of, I don't know, I don't like it when straps get covered in dust and debris and stuff. It's one of the reasons why I like FKM straps. This one doesn't feel too sticky, actually. It's just a nice soft silicone strap, and they've also sent me a nylon strap. Both have branded buckles, so they haven't cheaped out on the buckles, which is nice. The nylon strap is a two-piece. I think it suits the watch. I'd probably wear this on a leather strap, to be honest, a rally style strap. Decent water resistance as well, 100 meters. Don't press the pushers under the water though. I think that's fairly obvious. Screw down case back, screw down crown, sapphire crystal. Steel finishing is, yeah, it's good. It's not amazing. It's not bad. There's some polished facets actually on the lugs. I'd like to have seen those extend all the way down to the ends of the lugs. They're quite small, they're quite discreet. There's also a little polished facet on the underside of the bezel, which is nice. It helps to distinguish the top of the bezel from the mid case. And the case is quite soft and sort of rounded. I tend to prefer more sharply angled watches with corners and flat facets, but I think this sort of soft curved silhouette suits this watch, doesn't it? It's not an aggressive watch, it just seems, yeah, gentle on the eyes. I like the hands and the applied indices. There's some coarse brushing on those. The dial design I just like. I love these, well, the shape of these sub-dials, very cool. And the colour that they've used, or the mix of colours. Yeah, there's a vintageness to it, isn't there? I did try to twist the grippy things on the pushers. They don't twist. They're just for appearance, so you can't lock down those presses. Simple case back design. You've got a few specifications. Logo on the crown, 20mm lug, so you should, well, most people should have an alternative strap if you're interested. Sapphire crystal with AR coating, and I think that's all of the specifications covered. So as far as affordable chronographs go, I think this is a cracking option. It's from a decent sized micro brand. They've sold thousands of watches. I didn't realise how big this micro brand had gotten. So many watches available, and yeah, it's always reassuring when you buy from more established brands, I think, which is one of the reasons why I was surprised to see this watch for $249. Normally brands like this, I think, would price this sort of watch, even housing this movement, for $349 easily. Of course, you can pay $339 to have it on a steel bracelet. Ooh, I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest. Usually I would say it is, but this is an extra $90 for the steel bracelet. And I think this style of watch just looks so good on brown leather straps that, yeah, probably on this instance, I'd say it's not worth it. $249 for this watch with these two straps is, yeah, it's a decent deal. $439 for the US assembled one, yeah, not so much. I wouldn't be paying $439 or an extra $190 to have this watch assembled in the US, but I can understand why people in the US would want to support the business more locally and pay the extra. But for me here in the UK, yeah, I'm happy with the Hong Kong assembled version. Cracking looking chronograph, great price, strong specifications and build quality. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments section. Where else would you let me know?